it's interesting that he ran, you know, and let me say this too. I had the privilege when Ron Paul came out again. He used to be my personal congressman. I don't mean just a friend and someone that recommended my books and did the introduction to my second book, and not someone that I supported. He was my congressman from my district. The voters from our district, Alton Waller, elected him. I introduced him when he was coming out, and we elected him, and we sent him to Congress to get rid of the income tax. And as soon as he got down there, they changed the rules so that he wouldn't sit on Ways and Means. And we really felt upset about that. And I'll tell you something, there may be some Republicans here. I am not a Republican. I can't stand the Republicans. I'm a Ron Paul supporter, and it is not the same thing. And I hate it when I send money to the campaign, because I'll support Ron Paul as long as he's willing to run. But I hate it when after that all the Republicans start sending me, say, well, give me money, give me money, give me money. And I tell them, well, you've already stolen enough of my money. They lowered the dollar 60% in the last 7 years. And if people don't think that when we're buying Arab oil, that doesn't have anything to do with it, they're not living on the same planet I'm living on. 7 years ago, you could go to Europe and $1, you didn't need $1 to buy a euro. 85 cents bought you a euro, and today it's over $1.50. We've turned into the greatest debtor nation in the history of the world. We've turned into the greatest prison nation in the history of the world. We've got more people in America, our free country, in prison today than any other country in the world. Now, we're a big country, but we got more people per capita in prison today than any other country in the world. And we beat out the Red Chinese 2-1. We've got 1 million people more in our prisons than they do in Red China. And supposedly Red China is not a free country. And supposedly they got 5 times as many people as we got. And supposedly they still don't have all of our money. But they're working on it. We don't make anything in the United States anymore. So it was a privilege to introduce him back into our district. It was a privilege to elect him. And then 2 years later, Tom DeLay created redistricting, and he said, he's not your congressman anymore. Well, what do you mean he's not our congressman anymore? We threw him in office. We elected him overwhelmingly. We've supported him. What do you mean he's not our congressman? No, he's somebody else's congressman. And of course, that wasn't good for us. We ended up with another fascist took his place. He starts sending me letters wanting money. I said, well, you're not my congressman. You moved my congressman out of our territory, and you're here. You're a stranger. And I don't like you, and I really don't like you sending me these advertisements paid for by my tax money. He didn't understand that, and he sent out advertisements telling us all the free services that the government would give us. And I said, you're no Ron Paul. So Ron Paul then had to go to another district, and he had to start over again and win in that district. And it really was a triumph because of the national support and everything, that he could really defeat the giants in the party. Cheney, Bush, they had all come out and campaigned against the person that he beat in our district. And he beat them anyway. You wonder why the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States, Cheney is no Texan, I'll tell you that right now. when he goes out and he shoots people. In Texas, you can shoot people in Texas, but you're going to go out hunting and you're going to shoot something, you're supposed to eat it. So, back to the Morans. They file a motion saying, look, we don't know, we don't get to pick our lawyer, but we don't want another moron. We don't want an idiot. We don't want someone who won't talk to us. We want someone that's won at least one sweep. That means a chance. We know that the government wins 97% of these cases. So we want someone that's won one. And since the government's wins 97% of these cases, we want someone that's won at least one published appeal. That's all. The judge thought, well, that sounds reasonable. That doesn't sound too hard. Well, they couldn't find a lawyer in the state of Washington who had won a sweep of tax cases and a published tax appeal. So they sent out requests, and they couldn't find anybody with the request. They found lots of people that wanted to take the case, but no one that had those minimal qualifications. So then the Morans submitted me, and the response was, well, we said we'd get someone minimally qualified. This guy's won dozens. That's not necessary. Well, even the government had trouble saying that someone that won a bunch of cases was unqualified to try the case. So the next thing is they appointed me. Then I got a bunch of sheets of paper, fill out all these papers saying why you should take this case. You're not even a Washington lawyer, you're from Texas. And I could have put down that I've tried cases in every circuit in the United States and won cases all over the country, but I didn't. I just wrote down, court ordered me on the case. That actually works just all the time.